am so grateful to be here. Carmen, thank you for that beautiful introduction. Gosh, I am just overwhelmed with gratitude for not just this company, but for all of you hopping on and pouring into your business. We are all in this together, and I feel just incredibly blessed to share a little nugget. I hope that what I'm sharing today helps you push your business forward.
Awesome. Why don't you share with the audience your story? You've been with us a little bit over 2 years. So for those of you who are brand new, I want you to hear what happened with Summer, and now she's having all of this success. So Summer, why don't you share your story?
Okay. Gosh, it is kind of incredible because 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, I wanted nothing to do with network marketing. Zero. I was one of those people that I was like, I don't want to be one of those people. So I think it's really important that there may be some of you on the call that feel that way. And gosh, keep your eyes open because you just don't know what an incredible opportunity Isagenix has. I was actually very, very hesitant. My husband is the one that came to me and said, I want to do this program and I want you to do it with me. He played college football. And so he's really good at eating. he was trained to eat, right? And he's just not, he's the dad of 4 kids and he's not exercising like he was. And he had gotten to the point where he wanted to lose some weight. And he's a stickler for ingredients. And he's the one that came to me and said, I want to do this program and I want you to do it with me. I think I'll be more successful. So I came into this as an accountability partner. But I also would be remiss if I didn't mention how he found out about Isagenix. So we have 4 kids, as Carmen mentioned, 2 biological and 2 adopted through foster care. And my husband RJ met Jessica Rigner, the amazing Jessica Rigner, in a foster care support group on Facebook. And they became friends, shared some message as she was adopting her daughter Trinity. And they became Facebook friends through this foster care group. And their friendship was 2 years prior to my husband deciding that Isagenix, he was going to give it a try. Okay. So and lo and behold, I'm the accountability partner that, I've taught fitness classes for years and years, and I was, hesitant to even try the nutrition. So I guess my couple of things that I want to just share about my story before we get into the whole social media thing is, don't discount those accountability partners. I'm sure that all of you are doing the same thing. When you sign someone up, you're encouraging them to get their 2 accountability partners. I was one of those 2 people, and I didn't even anticipate or want the business of Isagenix. I didn't even want the nutrition. I truly jumped in to support my husband. And over the course of 30 days, he released 30 pounds. And I released about 8.5, but I felt amazing. And I was more energetic. I felt more clear-headed. I mean, I have 4 kids. Like, I'm never clear-headed. And so to feel good was the biggest blessing to me. And that's when Jessica Rigner, kind of poured into me and said, this is a gift. You should really share it. And that was on my heart. Like, we have a gift here with Isagenix with these amazing products. And so I felt a responsibility to share that. Like, I have people in my fitness classes all the time looking for a convenient solution. And here I have a hold of something. So sharing for me became very authentic. And I think the more you can come from that space of authenticity and really a place of service, I think there's a million people out there looking for solutions. And to be one of those people that can shine a light on, a solution that really works, I think was just a huge, it was a blessing to me as I've blessed other people. So that's a little bit of my story. I will just say, don't discount the accountability partners. And also from the business standpoint, God bless, Jessica Rigner for staying on my husband and pouring into him and pushing to get me on the phone, even though I was like, no, 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 no. So I hope that inspires some of you to stick with it. It took 2 years to get my husband signed up to do Isagenix.
Wow. Incredible. Well, you have a beautiful family and we're so happy to have you. So let's get started. All right. So what are we going to talk about today?
So today we're talking about documenting your Isagenix journey, some value on social media, how to decide on what your target market is, and then, probably most importantly, how to be your own brand. The goal today, I kind of really wanted to focus on people maybe getting started. Those people just maybe new to Isagenix, or maybe you've been here for a while and you want to come at it with some fresh eyes. Looking at social media and how can you attract people to your business. The last year has been crazy. We haven't been getting together. It's been a different year in the sense that we haven't met a lot of people, at the park or at a coffee shop. So I think there's been more and more emphasis on social media and how do you attract people into your business through whether it's Instagram or Facebook.
Awesome. So the first one is going to be document your Isagenix journey. Let's get on with this one. All right.
Okay, so here I have a couple of examples. I've thrown some examples in here from my own social media. They're not perfect. What I'll say is you're going to get me at my realist here, okay? I want to just emphasize that if I can do this, anyone can do this, okay? So I have a couple of examples here, and what I think is important is you want to show your audience, your Facebook friends, your Instagram followers, what is it that makes Isagenix special? So one thing that comes up over and over again, people buy solutions to problems. They don't buy products, okay? So we all, I do it too, but you see it all of the time on social media. People are like, buy me, try me, and it's like a canister. You guys, I love Orange Hydrate. It's my favorite. I love it. But if I throw a canister of Orange Hydrate on my Facebook wall, nobody has a clue what it is or what it does or how it impacts their life, right? So by taking it and having it be the answer to a problem someone is having will shift everything, right? Somebody is like, oh my gosh, part of why I love Orange Hydrate is I really watch artificial colors and artificial sweeteners for my kids in particular. We have kids that it affects their behavior. And so for me, Hydrate is amazing. And how many other mothers are like me? I don't want a bunch of artificial colors. I don't want artificial sweeteners. I don't want a bunch of sugar, but I want my kids to have vitamins and minerals, and I want them drinking when they're playing soccer or basketball. And for me, so by posting something on social media where it's my daughter drinking her Hydrate, and I say, oh my gosh, I love this Hydrate. The fact that my daughter is getting refueled without artificial colors and sweeteners and all of that, that's going to attract moms more than me throwing a canister of Orange Hydrate up and saying, oh my gosh, you should try this. So I think making sure that whatever you're posting about answers someone's problem. So my examples here are very simple. The first one has to do with our collagen, which is amazing. And it was right around Valentine's Day. And so the problem that I was trying to have a solution for is how many of us know that our spouses are going to get us flowers or chocolates or something that is completely overpriced because it's Valentine's Day. Why not mention to your significant other or your honey that hey, I've been eyeing this collagen and I really would love that for Valentine's Day. Or maybe you have a significant other that's oh my gosh, my wife has mentioned how she wants to do this. I'm just gonna order her some collagen. So trying to get you know, the glowing skin, and then tying it into what's the problem? Well, I got to get my wife something for Valentine's Day. Or, gosh, my husband's going to show up with roses that he paid 3 times as much as they normally would be, right? And then I always think before and after pictures are so incredibly powerful. So if you're new to Isagenix and you have your own and you haven't shared that, I would just implore you, like, be courageous, put that out there. There's somebody else out there that is going to benefit from that. This is actually from my wall. This is my friend Shannon Cook, and it's her and her husband who did the program together. And it's there before and there after. And it's actually a year later. And you can't see the whole post, but what she talks about is how she felt in that before picture. So it's not just the picture of, it's not just the weight. For her, it was the confidence. It was, look at her in that amazing black dress in that after picture, and how confident she is and how she feels good in her own skin, and the ability to just release that inflammation. So in the before picture, she talks about how she was feeling, you know, bloated, not confident, you know, tired, run down. She has 6 kids, folks.
They look so much younger too. It's like, wow.
Look at her husband. I mean, look at him. You know, he has just dropped 20 years, you know? And so I think by sharing that, and I love to spotlight, if you've been doing this for a while, find somebody on your team that you can spotlight. You know, if, you know, I used my husband's, that was like my first Isagenix post, was my husband's before and after pictures. That I had people messaging. And here's another tip: don't say Isagenix, say superfood nutrition. Get people messaging you in your inbox saying, oh my gosh, what are you doing? What is this superfood nutrition? Because that's where the conversation starts, right? Again, they're looking for a solution to their problem. It's not about the product you're selling. It's how can you benefit, help solve their problem. So I think before and after pictures are incredible. They tell a story, especially if you can say, the mom in this picture felt like this, and the mom in this picture feels like this. Because most of the time people see, they want to be the person in the after picture, right? They're like, oh my gosh, I want to sleep good. So that's one thing I would say, is make sure you're documenting how these products have improved your life, and not just throw the product up there. And then the last slide I threw up there was, I mean, the beautiful and amazing Jessica Rigner and Lauren Sims do some opportunity calls for us. So I always try to do a watch party, or I share those opportunity calls right to my Facebook page, because you never know who's curious. Who's curious. Even I'll post something like a couple hours before, like, hey, I'm gonna share an opportunity call that's coming up tonight. They can hop in, and there's no pressure. Like, I don't even know they're on. And so they get a chance to watch, and maybe it'll strike something in them, and they'll be like, okay, this is what I needed to hear. I want to go into business with you. So I think using your Facebook or your Instagram page to just document how Isagenix is solving a problem in my life and making it really, really relatable, because there's a lot of people that are suffering from the exact same problems that you and I are having. So to take all of what I said, what I want you to do is, we're going to give you a couple of minutes. The first thing I want you to do is, if you've been posting about Isagenix, is I want you to go back to whether it's your Facebook or your Instagram, whatever one you use the most, and just kind of assess it. Say, am I posting more about solutions to problems, or am I posting more about products? So kind of go through, see your last few Isagenix posts, and see if it's an approach, which way you're approaching it. And then I want you to take another minute and write up a Facebook or an Instagram post that you can use either today or tomorrow, that tells the world something about what you love or the problem that Isagenix has helped you solve, and use a graphic or a picture to go with it. But try to make it very, very direct into, hey, I had this problem. And for me, one thing I love to share about is the shakes are so convenient for me. I'm on the go all the time. You know, like I can post a picture of me drinking a shake and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that I got this nutritious lunch in 2 minutes. So there's some ideas. Give yourself 2 minutes, assess where you're at, see if you're doing more product focused or solution focused. And then I want you to come up with a post that you can use in the next couple of days. So go ahead, we'll start the timer and go for it.
Writing's not that easy. Grammarly can help. This sentence is...
Okay, sorry about that. I'm having a little technical difficulties, but go ahead, Summer.
All right. How did that go? Can you drop drop a comment or two in the chat. So I can see if that was something that when you were evaluating your post, were you noticing you were more product focused or solution focused? Drop a few things in the chat for me. I jotted an idea down that I'll share with you that as we were doing this, I thought, you know, gosh, I have an idea for a really great post. And I spend most of my weekends at baseball and softball tournaments because my kids are insanely busy. You know what saves me is those Isagenix bars. I use the bars all the time. So I'm like, gosh, that would be a great post. Like, oh my gosh, like so grateful for this bar that allows me to get nutrients, and they taste better than the nachos or the cardboard pizza that I get at the concession stands anyways. So trying to make it, and then how many people do you have? They're like, oh my gosh, I end up feeling like crap too because all I eat is concession stand food all weekend. So anyways, that was the thought that crossed my mind. I hope that you guys got a little bit of benefit from kind of taking an assessment of your own page. All right, and then, yes, this is awesome. Going on to adding value on social media. So this is an area that should be a little bit fun for you. So this is kind of where you get to play with maybe being a little bit of an expert. And if you're not an expert, that's awesome. It's great because you can see from my examples here, I'm going to talk about the middle one just because it was so fun. I legitimately wanted to know from my Facebook friends what mascara they use because I was out and I was ready to make a change, and I had 165 comments on mascara. You want to get a bunch of women talking, mascara must be the thing. So I threw it out there, and I had people still talking to me about this post like weeks later, like, oh my gosh, thank you for that post. I'm trying 2 different mascaras. I'm gonna see which one I like the best. What it does is, first of all, it's fun. Second of all, it increases what they call like the Facebook algorithm. It gets more people engaged in your page, following your page. And when they comment, it tells Facebook, oh my gosh, these people really do know each other, and I'm going to show them each other's things. And people follow it. I mean, people were reading the comments from other people, and it gets them thinking, oh gosh, every time Summer posts something, I want to see what people have to say. And so asking a question I genuinely needed the answer to got people engaged in my page. So then when I do make a post about a healthy solution, they see it. And the other fun one I had up here was, this should be fun for all you parents. You know you have kids living in your house when. And oh my gosh, I wish I could have put all the comments because they're hilarious. It's, you know, when you step on a Lego in the middle of the night, when, you know, the spoons are all over the backyard. I mean, the random things that parents experience. But again, it was something fun. People enjoyed reading it, enjoyed commenting. People were reading other people's comments. And again, it gets people interested into your social media page. Okay. And then along with that, the first post, I shared some tips for stopping boredom eating. And this is just adding value. Like, I'm trying to be a resource for people that, you know, maybe it's healthy living, you know, that's something that's important to me. I'm passionate about it. I share a lot about it on social media. And so I threw this up there because I thought it might add value. It helps me be more of an expert per se in that area. And you get people that comment and say, hey, thanks, those are helpful. So I want you to think about what are some questions that could get people engaged that would not only be an answer to something maybe you're looking for, but might get your Facebook friends, your Instagram followers to be like, gosh, I'm curious what people say. So I want you to write one post We're going to do 2 posts. I want one that's very value added. So like something, maybe you're a foodie and you have an amazing recipe, sharing that on social media. Maybe you're a dog trainer and you have a tip for dogs, you know, how to train your dog. Whatever your area of expertise is, something you can add, pour into people. And then the next one I want you to come up with is a really engaging question that you can share on your Facebook wall or your Instagram feed that's going to get people talking, get people commenting. And then it allows you to comment back. Okay. So those are 2 posts that I want you, we're going to do another 2 minutes. Spend 1 minute coming up with an area that you can share or you can pour into people. And then another that is an engaging question that's going to get people engaged in your social media page. So Carmen, could you give us 2 minutes?
Yeah, there we go.
All right, thanks.
All right, must be time's up.
All right. Okay, so let's share, somebody give me one of the engaging questions that you are going to ask on social media. Put something in the chat. What's one of the questions that you're going to ask on social media that you think you'll get a lot of responses about? Let's see if I can see that. Oh. Patio furniture, what are places that you're looking to travel? What's one thing on your bucket list? Oh my gosh, these are fabulous. Fabulous. Great things that we can all share. Best vacation spot. Favorite local restaurant. Yes, things. Oh, what to have your kids do when you're working from home. All of these, you're adding value because other people are going to read them. You're asking a question. The goal is other people are curious about what other people say, and it gets people pouring into your page. Oh my gosh, I want to write these all down. You guys are doing awesome. These are awesome. And then again, I try about once a week to throw something value added. I recently did an ab workout, a short ab workout that I found, I think it was on Pinterest, that I was like, oh my gosh, this is a great workout. I screenshotted the little graphic and I shared it to my Facebook because I thought, gosh, if I find it valuable, somebody else might. And so, you know, I know a lot of my friends share like good recipes, those type of things. So, yeah, I love these chats. This is awesome. Okay, so the next thing we are going to address here is focusing on your target market. So this is something that I have really kind of honed in on in the last year, is who are the people I'm trying to attract into my business, and who are the customers that are the easiest for me to work with, right? And I think the more specific we get, yeah, I will say I just saw something pop up in the chat. I do try to avoid anything that's really controversial. When I ask a question, for me, I try to keep everything, you know, positive, and I don't try to avoid drama. So yeah, I did just see that, and I would agree with you there. Focusing on your target market. So back at that, who are the people that you want to work with, that you want to be the leaders in your business? Those are the people you want to attract. So for me, my target market, as I've really thought about it, the people I enjoy working with, that I jive the best with, are usually moms, 32 to about 32 years old to about 50 years old. And that's not that I won't help anyone else outside of those range. It doesn't mean that if they're not a mom, I won't help them. That just tends to be the people that it's easy for me to talk to, because that's where I am, right? I know we've done a lot of trainings, and it's always try to find your avatar. Who are people like you that could do this business? And so for me, my target market, age 32 to 50-year-old moms, who are tired, who are looking for convenience, who are on the go, that are looking to lose a few sticky pounds. Those were my target audience. And so by having that in my head, I've been able to then, when I go to social media to make a post, those are the people I am writing my post specifically to. This one over here is Carmen's favorite, my chubby horse. This was, and I just got really like specific, and I said, I'm looking for 7 moms, and I said moms, you know, and I think some people that scares, because like, well, what if it's not a mom? But what it does is it really like, it hits that target audience, like, oh, she might be talking to me. And by saying 7 and really specific, people feel like there's a limited amount, right? 7 moms that want to lose 10 sticky pounds, to start the new year off right, you know? Who doesn't feel like after the holidays, like the horse on the right a little bit? Like, oh my good gravy, that chubby horse that, you know, can't get up as high as that stallion right over the water. So I try to use a little bit of humor, you know, like I do a fair amount of before and afters. So I find animal before and afters because I think those are funny. And, you know, it gives you, having a sense of humor is a good thing. People enjoy that. But I got really specific about moms looking to lose, you know, 10 sticky pounds. Be very specific. Like, you might be a 22-year-old bodybuilder. Your target audience is not going to be 40-year-old moms like mine. So you have to get specific on what your target audience is. Who are you trying to attract into your business? And how can you write your post specifically to those people? The other example I had was an engaging post saying like, what's for dinner? Hit me with your easy family favorites. Bonus if we're gluten-free in our house. And so I shared the gluten-free noodles that I'm using for the dish that I'm making tonight. So again, this is my target audience. I'm addressing family meals. I'm trying to get engagement from those type of people on my Facebook wall or in my Instagram pages. Those are the people I want to engage with. I want to start a conversation with. And in starting a conversation with, You can easily then take it to Messenger and say, oh my gosh, thank you for that recipe. We tried it. It was awesome. You know, we're gluten-free in our house too. You know, what are some quick and easy like lunches that you do for yourself? Well, suddenly you're like, okay, well, I do a really healthy smoothie for myself or my kids for breakfast a lot. If you ever want any information, let me know. It allows that conversation to start, right? I'm engaging with my target market because I posted this, and then I can take it easy to Messenger and send them a private message thanking them for, that recipe, while at the same time allowing that conversation to start about nutrition. Same thing goes, I may not get a lot of comments on my chubby horse picture, but I may have a lot of moms reaching out to me saying, okay, tell me a little bit about what it is you're doing, or how you're going to try to lose 10 pounds after the first of the year, or I feel like that chubby horse. So what we're going to do here is I want everyone to think really critically about who are you trying to attract into your business? What are the customers that you're most comfortable with working with? And who do you want to be your business builders? Because we all know this business grows the fastest if we find business builders. So who is it you're great about working with? And so let's take 2 minutes. I want you to, first of all, write it down. Like, I am attracting people who are, and obviously you want motivated, influential, want to leave an impact, but take it down another level and say, I want to work with moms, or I want to work with 25-year-olds who are ready to run, and then I want you to take that and write one Facebook post specifically. Now, we're collecting these. You're not going to post all these Facebook posts right now, okay? So we're going to have your whole week laid out. So you're going to have all this Facebook or Instagram posts all planned out, which is so convenient.
Yeah, please don't post them all right now.
No, don't do that. But write it down so you have your idea, so that it takes you 2 seconds to do. But I want you to get specific, and then I want you to write one to that target audience. All right, let's go. All right. Does that sound like anyone else's alarm clock? I'm like, it gives me be a little.
I didn't know that was going to happen, but here we go.
Like, oh my gosh, here we go. We're all awake now. So how did that feel? For me, this is something I try. Now, I'm not perfect, you guys. This is stuff I'm working on myself. But this is something that, like, if I have a post that doesn't do very well, or I try to look back and say, okay, was it speaking to my target audience? Am I writing things that are going to attract the people I enjoy working with, or the customers that are easy for me to maintain? So yeah, as somebody said, it feels great and it feels fun. That's what it should be. This is all about, here's the beautiful thing. You can pull a post down. You can, try something. One thing I will say that I've noticed with my Facebook audience is that they do not like long posts. If I have a really long post, I get so little interaction, very few likes. Doesn't mean I quit doing them completely. I just know that that isn't always the most, those colorful boxes on Facebook where you can type a question. I get the most response or inbox messages from people from those, because I think a lot of my target market, they are busy moms who are on a quick scroll, right? They're not going to read a novel. But you may have a completely different audience, and it's getting used to, like, oh, this posted really well and this posted really well. What makes them different than my other posts? So just kind of reflecting, doing a good job of just reflecting and realizing it's okay to make a mistake and say, okay, that one didn't do very well. I can pull it down, or I can make another one. It's okay. So the last thing I really want to address is being your brand. And I think this is where the true authentic portion of social media, and like I said, this last year has been so hard. I'm a big person. I like to meet people in person. That to me is special. I like to talk to people. But this last year has been a challenge with life, right? So how can you show up on social media and be your brand? And I mean all aspects of your brand. And it's been trained on. And if you're new to Isagenix, I'll just share one thing that I think about a lot is people buy things from people they know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust. So how can you show up on social media and be somebody they know, like, and trust? Are you adding value? Adding value helps them, like, oh, I trust her. She shares about things that are an interest to me. I share a lot about my family. My social media is a lot about my family, but I think people get to know me that way. They see my kiddos. I also share a lot about fitness and health. Over here, this is an example of, we did a super fun, I teach spin classes, and we did a super fun holiday ride, and we all dressed up, and the picture is amazing. It's kind of dark, but I have my reindeer antlers on. People were in lights and crazy socks. But I share my real life, and I'm as authentic as I can be on social media. I think we do have that tendency to share our highlight reel. And I think by lifting the curtain just a little bit, people see you and they begin to trust you. If I just always share rainbows and sunshine, people are like, she's not very authentic. So occasionally you'll see my messy house. I didn't put this example up there, but true story. I pulled 11 water bottles out of the back of my minivan. And I had a ton of comments. I actually put a picture of the 11 and said, guess where I found all of these? And it was the back of my minivan. So if that doesn't tell you that it's a hot mess express over here sometimes, people get to see the real you. And those are the things that attract people to you. So when you do make those Isagenix posts, they see, like, oh, this is a genuine person. She's not out here just, throwing up graphic after graphic, buy me, try me. Like they get to see the real me on social media. I also really am passionate about leaving the world a better place and trying to be an inspiration for people. So I do share a fair amount of quotes. My husband is he shares a quote every day with his Facebook friends. And I don't know for sure, but I probably stole this one from him. But it is, the time will pass anyway. You can either spend it creating the life you want or spending it living the life you don't want. The choice is yours. And so I think just sharing stuff that like inspires me, hopefully inspires other people, and again, attracts those inspired people to my business. The other thing I'll say about being your brand is aligning yourself you're with a health and wellness company. Actually, you're with the best health and wellness company, right? Be mindful of the things that you post on social media that don't align with that. If you're trying to use your social media to attract business, now if you don't care about that, so be it. If you're not trying to enroll people through social media, so be it. But if you are, and every other post is you eating a cheeseburger and drinking a milkshake, or now the beauty of our system is you can have some really real food, right? But if every post is you have a glass of wine and a big plate of fettuccine, are you speaking? And then they're like, gosh, every time I see her, she's telling me about this healthy living, but then she's not doing it. So you want to make, like, the example I told Carmen earlier was, would you buy shampoo from a bald guy? Would you? I mean, if he says this shampoo is going to make your hair long and luscious and soft, do you trust him to sell you shampoo? So make sure that if you're, promoting health and wellness, you try to do some of that on your Facebook page, on your Instagram. Are you showing up as the version of yourself that you want to help people become? And I think that is my whole point with being your brand, taking an account. Like, the nice thing about Instagram is you can kind of see, like, it gives you the boxes that show you all your posts in the photos, and it gives you an idea, like, am I just posting about product? Is it a product picture all the time? Or is it, me maybe doing something that doesn't align with what I want to show the world? You want to show up and you want people to be like, gosh, I love following her. She provides value. She's inspiring. She keeps it real. That's what, I want people to know, like, and trust me. And so to get that trust, you just have to make sure you're aligning yourself. If you're going to use your social media to enroll people, be mindful of the things that you're sharing on there, and do those align with what you're trying to encourage people to be. So those are a couple of things I wanted to talk about with being your brand. I also want to give you guys a couple of minutes here to think about how you can come up again with 2 posts. I want you guys to have enough posts to next week, starting tomorrow, you guys are covered for at least a week on social media ideas. Come up with 2 posts. One, how you want the world to see you. Why would they know, like, and trust you? Whether it's a quote, whether it's something about your family, gain their trust because you are just an incredible human, right? I want you to share that. And then one other post that keeps it really real, whether it's like I did my spin class, maybe whatever one of your interests is. Maybe it's hiking, maybe it's mountain biking, maybe it's your dog, like maybe you're a dog lover, but find something that you can share that allows you to really shine, and it's you, and be authentic. All right, 2 minutes, friends, let's go. makes sense. Drop in the chat if that makes sense. The whole being your brand type. Yes, you got to walk the walk, right? You do. And I just think lifting the curtain and letting people see the real, authentic you helps them just trust you and want to align themselves with you. And I think that's the thing that people kind of forget is, you know, we do a great job of, you know, sharing Isagenix. Some of us, it's easy to share Isagenix, but like sharing some of who we are is harder. So if that's you, like make sure people know who you are and why you're passionate about helping others. All right, we're wrapping up here, but we have some do's and don'ts. Carmen and I talked about some do's and don'ts. I'm gonna actually flip them because I like to end on like a positive. But so don't only post about Isagenix. I think sometimes, and like I said, I try to actually leave Isagenix, like the actual term, out because again, I do, like somebody said, the magic is in the messages. So when they're like, okay, talk to me about this system. What is it? Like, then I can talk specifically to Isagenix, right? Because you don't want them doing the Google search. You want them coming to you. So don't only post about Isagenix, but be consistent with your posting. So like, you know, my mentor always says, make sure the light is on so that maybe right now their time, you know, they're not looking to lose those sticky pounds or, you know, they feel pretty good about their skin, but 3 months from now, their skin is dull and dry and they're like, oh my gosh, she posts about this, you know, collagen. I want to give that a go. So be consistent, like show up, post at least once a day. Okay, try to challenge yourself to post something, not Isagenix, but make a post every day. And then 2 to 3 times a week, make sure it has something to do with Isagenix or throw it in your stories. Again, because it allows you to send those private messages and engage with people. Don't copy and paste all of your posts, make them your own. Many of you have incredible leaders, just like I do. They have so many good ideas. So obviously use those, but tailor them and make them your own. Like again, personalize it. Who's your target market? Who are you writing this to? Be very authentic. I think that if there's anything that has been beneficial to me in this business, it's me showing up and, like I said, being super honest. Right? Like there's times where I'm like, probably too honest. And then don't be afraid to try something new and different. Like I said, you can always take down a post. You wrote it, you're like, I don't like how that sounds. I'm not getting any engagement. Take it down or try something different the next time. Again, it's your wall. You get to do with it what you want. And add value to your posts. You know, again, I think the more value you can have on your wall or on your Instagram page, the more people are like, oh gosh, I like following this person because they make my life better. You know, I posted, there was some pants, some workout pants that I love from Amazon, and I shared that on my feed, and I got a bunch of people saying, hey, thank you, I ordered those and they were awesome. And again, it allows me to engage with them, and it gets that engagement up through social media, which for a lot of us, that's, you know, been kind of crucial over the last year. So that is, you know, about all I wanted to go over today. I am beyond grateful. We are right at an hour. I don't even know what to say in regards to, if you're showing up and you're pouring this into your business, I just know it's going to come back to you tenfold. So thank you for spending the time and listening to me. And I hope that you can walk away with, you know, just a little bit that's going to push your business a little bit further and further. And if I can implore you, if this crazy hot mess of a mom, like, I'll be honest, you want being truly authentic, my husband has been traveling for 7 days. I'm a single mom of 4 kids. We've had 2 track meets. Last night, my dog threw up at 3 a.m. And I'm like, I taught 2 fitness classes this morning before hopping on the Zoom. I have not showered. So you all just got this crazy woman. And if I can do this business in the pockets of my time, you all can do this business. I'm truly, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Half of my business is done in the pickup line. You know, half of my messages, I'm sitting waiting for my kids to finish practice. So I just know that you guys are going to take this and run with it. So Carmen, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am
absolutely. Thank you, Summer. So to wrap up the message, what is the homework that you want them to do for the next 7 days so that they leave today and have something to do specifically?
Well, I'm hoping that you're leaving today with a ton of ideas for your Instagram page or for your Facebook page. And that was kind of our focus. So I'm hoping that you have at least 7 good ideas, at a minimum of 1 post per day on either of those or both of those social medias that you can go out and use. And so everybody's posting once per day at a minimum with some of those, and try to rotate. Like I said, you know, add some value, throw in, you know, your Isagenix journey, sprinkle that in there, and then take it to messages, okay? So it doesn't do you any good to just put it out there, but the whole point is to get some engagement, and so you can start messaging with people.
Awesome. All right, so for everybody, before tomorrow, make sure that you create engagement posts on social media, message 20 or more people, and that you schedule 5 conversations. Tomorrow's speakers are going to be Sonia Malfos and Tammy Smith. So make sure that you register. Remember, you register on Isagenix Pro, and then you'll get a link. Have your Leadership in Action worksheet ready, your 30-day action plan, and have your Penny app set up and ready to grow. Don't forget that we have your Penny virtual assistant, and they wanted me to sing this. Oh my God, I'm going to do this. Her name is Penny, and she's to help you. Cha-cha-cha. Remember that we are giving away 5 winners every day who complete a minimum of 25 tasks on their Penny app. And why on the Penny app? It's the only way we can track it. So 5 people are winning every day on the Penny app, and the grand prize winner is $100. The most tasks completed for the whole week will get $100. That's at the end of the week to spend on isasalestools.com. The winners for day 3 are Bethany Cross from Arizona, Dana Smil from Philadelphia, Dennis Ciancia, I think that's how you say the name, Ana Rodriguez Ochoa from New Brunswick, California, and Daria Kova from British Columbia, Canada. You are the winners from yesterday, so make sure that you do your 25 tasks on your Penny app. And of course, this call is going to be posted for you to be able to see it again and review it on isagenixbusiness.com/calls. All of our calls are there for you to be able to see them again. Thanks again, Summer. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us, and have a great week. And don't forget to join us tomorrow.